Good morning. This video is brought to you by Sutco Transportation, the company I work for. I know it'd be a little silly me advertising for a company I don't work for, right? While working for another company. Did I just rip my shirt? I think I just ripped my shirt. Oh well. Anyway, Sutco is hiring Class 1 drivers in the residual division in Creston, West Kootenays, and in Vernon. Also, logging truck division hiring logging highway transfer logging, and then logging drivers up in the mountains on the Forest Service Road, and also hiring drivers in Kettle Falls, Washington, and Priest River, Idaho. That was a load setting up to be a wide load. Not currently a wide, well, maybe the trailer itself is a wide load. Sutco's got a couple of those low bed trucks to transport heavy duty equipment. Also got some positions open in the offices. We got a dispatcher for night shift, IT manager, logistics broker in Kelowna, a manager of driver training and development, remote sales and logistics brokers available in Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario. And there's also some other jobs available under the Sutherland Group. There's jobs available at Summit. There's apprentice truck and trailer mechanic available there, a journeyman truck and trailer mechanic, a service biller, tire technician, Hadian, I think it's Hadian, Class 1 dump truck and stone slinger operator in Nelson. So quite a few jobs out there. But anyway, we're gonna hammer down. Good morning. I just did my pre-trip here at Petropass in Penticton. Back from vacation. Empty trailer. We're gonna be heading up north on Highway 97. Towards Nakusp. I'm loading in Nakusp today, or tomorrow morning. So, empty up that way. We're on Channel Parkway, Highway 97, BC 97, northbound, leaving Penticton here. So when I was doing my pre-trip, I noticed that the axle number 2 on the trailer, so trailer axle number 2 on the right hand side, that hub has got a bit of a milky flavor to it. Not very white, but a little milky flavor to it, I guess, texture to it. And so that means a little bit of water is getting in there, so I'm gonna have to get a seal replaced on that hub. Caution, winter conditions in parking lot. Dude, you guys need to update your sign. There's no winter conditions going on anywhere over here. Where's the snow? It's all melted. Where's the ice? It's not cold enough to be icy. It's plus 3 degrees Celsius. This is not warm, but it's not cold either. Had a great vacation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the nobody behind us. I should have just gone. Should have just gone. Apparently, I'm not used to driving the truck after a week off. And being empty, there's no traction. The brakes were just hopping. Let's try that again. Nice and wide, so all the cars behind us can stay on the inside lane without freaking out. Must be some kind of event going on at the hockey rink. Probably a hockey game, huh? Yeah, sun is definitely getting a little longer, a little higher up. Our days are getting longer. Sunset is now almost 5 p.m. Days are starting to get a little more reasonable length. It's past 2:30 now. Yeah, the last 2 days have been pretty rainy and dreary, but the rest of the week was decent. We even had some blue skies for the other study, relax, sleep with a trucker channel. I shot a video of a creek with a little bit of snow left in the creek, but ducks were floating by and the sun was out every now and then. Kind of nice. Excuse me. I need some tea. I need a cup of tea. I see blinking yellow lights ahead. Keep an eye on that, see what that's about. The lake looks fairly calm, just dreary, overcast, foggy, rainy. A little bit windy, but not crazy windy. So yeah, we're headed north to Vernon, and from Vernon we'll take Highway 6 and head east through Needles and Ferrier and Nikusp. They're working on that sign. I believe they were doing some blasting north of Summerland, so we'll see how that's progressing, even though it's really, really slow. That rock slide is going to take a long time to clean up because the whole mountain is still unstable up above. So we got to take care of everything way up on top, work their way down and clean up a lot of soil, dirt, rock. Got to do some blasting, and that blasting has to be done very gently and in small quantities so that the whole mountain doesn't just slide into the lake. So it'll probably be many, many months, might be years before that's resolved. But even in a foggy, miserable day, Everything's brown outside. Still a beautiful day in the Okanagan. I left a little earlier than I needed to. Going through the Monachies is going to be a little tricky in the snow up there. Like, I'll rather have a little bit of extra time just to get it done and over with. Welcome to Summerland. That's what the sign says anyway. Oh, the locals would probably say, welcome to Trout Creek. Free Wi-Fi on this little pullout, so you often see big rigs pulled in over here. So these silt bluffs up here on the left-hand side, imagine that we're underwater in a lake. And those silt bluffs are the edge where the lake goes from shallow to deep. The old glacial lake, above that silt bluffs was the shallow section, and then all the silt kind of washed up. So that's the beach section, where on top of the silt cliffs. Down here was the deep section of the lake. You can kind of see that line all the way along the lake over here, going way down into the US. Going way up north past Vernon. You see a beach line, the old lake. You see it on the other side of the lake. Everywhere you look, you always see hints of this nice, perfectly straight line around the whole lake, a couple of 100 feet above the current lake. So now we're in the shallow section of the lake. This is where the beach is. And then up here, everything gets rocky instead of silty. So now we'd actually be on land where the old land used to be during the glacial lake era. I was expecting that to go red for me, but I got lucky. Light always goes red for me. This one too. 2 greens in a row. We're winning. Here comes the construction zone. They did do blasting today. It should be all cleared up a couple of hours ago. The dump truck's trying to pass me now? Okay, we're gonna go exactly the speed limit. That's what you get for pushing it hard. We're gonna go exactly the speed limit. We're gonna go through here nice and decent like everybody else, but no, if you're gonna push that hard, try to pass me right as we go down a single lane. I now do the speed limit. I mean, I always go the, what do you call it? The socially acceptable speed limit. Now, as a company, I'm not allowed to speed. They track this truck satellite. So if they catch me speeding, they'll be emailing and going, "Hey, truck's going too fast." But when you're in your own personal vehicle, 10, 15, 20 over is quite normal for British Columbia here. If you're on a motorcycle, you see most of them doing 20 to 30 over. So usually I'm the slowest big rig on the road, because most big rigs go about 10 over. I always consider if I'm doing 5 over the speed limit, I'm speeding. That's kind of my limit. I like to be between the speed limit and 5 over. That way I'm not going under the speed limit. I'm actually going the speed limit, but I'm not speeding like crazy either. Right now I've got cruise control set for 50 kilometers an hour. Normally it's 52, 53. Usually that's where I set the cruise control, 2 or 3 kilometers over the speed limit. Like I said, I'm not holding up traffic that way. I'm at least doing the speed limit, and I'm also not going stupid fast. The line up behind me, because I'm doing 50 kilometers per hour, a little silly. Although there's somebody ahead of us doing the same thing. We're not losing the cars in front of us, so. Do I think this should be 50? No, this should be at least 80. This should be 100. This should be 100 here until we get to the construction corner. There'd be nothing unsafe about us zooming out along 100 until that next corner up there where that building is. So yeah, 50 is a little silly over here. So yeah, headed to the cusp. We're going to load there tomorrow, and then we're headed down to Tacoma. It's actually a 2 delivery load. First drop is Tacoma, second drop is, I don't even know. What did it say? Oregon? I think it said Oregon. I'm trying to remember. I did write it down. Hillsboro? Does that sound familiar? Hillsboro, Oregon? I think something like that. There's a Hillsboro. Either way, it's close to Portland somewhere. I think it's just like a little west of Portland. See, if we slow down to 50 over here on this corner, it would make a lot more sense. It says I'm doing 55 on that sign. No, it's 53 now. 51. So apparently, oh, there we go. There's the 50. Even with cruise control set at 50, although my Isaac in the truck says I'm doing 51. The speedometer is written on there, so I don't know. Not sure if it just doesn't read accurately until you get close. I'm going downhill too, so cruise control is a little behind. Never speed up until you're actually out of the construction zone, out of where all the flaggers would be, where the people are walking around, where there's no danger of hitting anybody that might be popping out of vehicles, which is right about here. if there's a long line of cars waiting on this side, you still keep driving slow until you've gotten past any waiting line of cars. Because you never know if somebody in that car jumped out of their vehicle, take a break from sitting. There might be kids running around playing outside. Don't speed up until you're past all those cars. I mean, I guess technically you don't speed up until you see a sign over here that says resume your speed. Waka waka waka. Like those signs. I'm blowing like max heat over my camera with the fan all the way. Lowest setting. The camera just said it's overheating. It's like, oh. Let's blow some cooler air over I didn't realize the heat was maxed out on here. I guess the shop did that. I hadn't felt it yet. Because the fan was on its lowest setting. It's kind of close to me. Hopefully you're going to pull away. Now, excuse me. If you look at the sign, my lane is the one that ends. So I have to safely merge into the traffic beside me. And I know most people think the person in the right lane has the right of way, but if you look at the signs carefully and look at BC law, or even different states and province laws, got to read that sign to see which lane has right of way. Should they make it universally that just the right lane has the right of way? Yes, I think we should. Even if you make it universally left lane has right of way, I'd be okay with that too. I see arguments for both ways, because I have had to fight hard to pass a trucker that was going slow in a 2-lane section. Here comes a 4-lane section. I go start passing it. It's like a 1 mile long 4-lane section passing lane. And then he can do my speed limit. Once I'm beside him, he just matches my speed the whole way. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to get past you. I am faster than you. You're just matching my speed now that we're in a 4-lane section. So in that case, I would argue that the left lane should have right of way. Because I'm literally going as fast as the truck can go on a 110 kilometer speed limit highway, and here's a passing lane. I guess it'd be 100 kilometers per hour. Never seen 110 unless it's a 4-lane. But that does happen, so. And of course, like now, nobody's in the speed limit. We're all below the speed limit. We're doing like 85 in a 90 zone now. And the 4-lane section, they had no problem all passing me. Now when we hit the 70, they're all going to disappear and drive away from me. Super obnoxious, but that's how most four-wheelers seem to drive here in the mountains. Welcome to Peachland. Now this beach over here is very pebbly. It's not a sandy beach, it's a round pebbles. It's a beautiful round little pebbled beach. Quite clean. And it reaches all the way around the corner here before it starts getting rocky. Right about here. And then it gets rocky. I think it's only rocky because when they built the road, they imported lots of big rocks to keep this road from eroding. Because over here, the little pebble beach comes back where it gets a little wider. Back to 90 kilometers an hour. So yeah, no Jess this week. She's getting a tooth pulled this Tuesday. Not fun for her. She's really nervous about it. Back to 70. Little boat launch area here. Looks like we got the locomotive of this train due in 65. You'll see big rigs always pulled over here too. There's nowhere to park. There's no big rig parking along Highway 97 here. Very limited parking, so both shoulders get lots of parking here because there's an A&W here. Spend the night here and have a restroom in the morning. Definitely raining less here than at home. Well, I think we'll climb up the hill here. Man, let's drive through downtown West Kelowna and then we'll call it a day. Drive uphill, drive through West Kelowna. And then I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow after we're loaded. Highway 97C is up beside us here on the left-hand side. All of us here just call it the connector highway, or just the connector. It basically connects Okanagan to Nicola Valley down towards Merritt. Here's the connector. Exit here to get to Merritt, Kamloops, or Vancouver. Well, one of the ways to get to those places. So yeah, in the cusp, I'm picking up, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think it looks like I'm picking up that rustic fencing, you know, the split log fencing. I think that's what I'm picking up, and then 2 drops, so should be interesting. Hopefully it's not a heavy load. Had enough heavy loads that are way too close to the legal maximum. Welcome to West Kelowna. I always wish they would build a bridge over this dip so we didn't have to go steep downhill and then steep back up. Or just fill it in with dirt. Downtown West Kelowna. Although, I would almost consider the southbound lane more downtown than the northbound lane. 1 block over. Unless downtown would be running the opposite direction as our road over here. Don't know if they have a main street. Don't know if I've ever seen a main street. They don't know how to get going on a green. Maybe this could be considered Main Street, running across the road here. It's just called Old Okanagan Highway. That's where the old Okanagan Highway ran before 97 got built here. There's more snow here. I'm looking at the buildings in the background. They all have snow on their roofs. Either snow came to a lower elevation or we're just that much higher of an elevation here. Sutco Home Office is just off to the left side here, down that road. That car's coming out on the left hand side. Right here. Just up that road there. All our dispatch and safety team, our president, they all work out of that office there. Good, nice little gym down on the main floor, showers. Home Depot, we got a couple of those in Canada, not a lot of them, but there's a few here and there. No Lowe's. Lowe's I don't think exists in Canada. I think maybe they did for a little bit. Can't remember. So many companies have come to Canada and then failed. Was it Rona? No, there's still Ronas in Canada. I know Target came to Canada and failed. Anyhow, I think we'll call it a day there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that for a Monday video. We should start having loads back on the back again as we progress in the week. I have no idea what we're doing after I get down to wherever I'm going in Oregon. Hopefully they've got a load for me to come back up. We'll see how it goes. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support. I am out of here. You guys rock.